Hey Lean World. My name is Serhiy Kombiryanov. I'm head of Lean Institute Ukraine, and I'm really proud to present you one of the best cases in Ukraine. Actually, today is a very important day because 30 years ago, this book was published, Machine That Changed the World, in November 1991 by Jim Womack and Dan Jones. And within the 30 years, Lean was spreading within the countries all over the world. And now we have a strong representatives of Lean thinking in Ukraine. And one of it, company Centravis, it's a big pipe production company, is ready to show us how they are facing all the problems with the Lean implementations and how they're dealing with the all struggles within the Lean implementation. And we are really happy that the CEO, owner, and Lean leader of the company Centravis will be presenting us their path. Yuri, thank you very much for attending, and please share with us your path, your knowledge, and everything you are free to share with us.
Thank you, Sergey. I'm starting my screen sharing. Please confirm that you see it.
Yes, yes.
And of course, I'm so happy to be here and to present our case to such a great globe audience, and hope that during the presentation you will learn not only about things where we struggle with, but also some positive things we found interesting to show to you.
Super.
So in a few words about Centravis, we are stainless steel tube and pipe producer. We are 1,400 employees company, and we have our unique corporate culture and our values, and we serve customers from all over the world, 70 plus countries, and in such a different applications like oil and gas, automotive, nuclear energy, conventional energy, and other critical applications. So we have two production units, hot extrusion shop and cold rolling shop. So Lean history of in Centravis started 5-6 years ago, when we initially discovered for ourselves such key elements about Lean, about efficiency, like process streamlining, increases of productivity, focusing on waste identification and waste reduction. So in that time we started with the shop floor management, and we continued later putting together all these elements of the concept under the name of world-class manufacturing. It was in 2019. We already more systematic approach was taken. In year 2020, we, together with already a Lean Institute, developed this concept further and deeper, with putting effective teams, with the team leaders in the center of this development of this concept, and we made a good progress with that. Also applying A3 format as a problem-solving tool, and PDCA cycle, not only for effective teams on the shop floor, on production level, but also for all other levels of organization. This year, we started with finally Hoshin country concept. We learned a little bit about that, but then we started practicing. And I would like to introduce you the way how we did that, what we discovered from that. So the story, in a moment, the story begins. So step number one, we started with a high-level KPI development for each main functions: for sales, for production, cold shop and hot shop, for finance. And you see here some pictures and some charts how we did that, trying to subordinate one KPI to other. And of course, it was a lot of discussions, disagreement, agreements, findings. So the working in groups, we developed good amount of material for further organization. So what we did later, the second step was to structure that in one system of KPIs, where we have clear understanding how each of KPI subordinated to other, supported to other. Here you see some directions like cost savings, or production cost, sales, how each of them, volume as output named here, how each of these kind of columns, dimensions, influenced on our main target as the EBITDA. And of course, not direct, but also critical for any production company, elements like safety, on-time delivery, quality, financial KPIs like working capital management, quality as well. So step number 3, we unified all our activities for all problem solving activities, to bring them under one umbrella. So Hoshin country top level KPIs were supported with the sub 3, and then the second and third level of A3 structured in a way how we just as a scheme presented here on this slide. Altogether, we till May 2021, we had already more than 200 A3 structured problem with coordinated targets, with a clear link to the higher level of sub 3 or I3 on the top level. Here on the right bottom corner, you see the example of particular theory about production value for cold shop, and we see the depths and details how we went through all these 7 steps of A3 format running with a PDCA cycle. Step number 4, here I would like to mention that it is a great opportunity to use this catch the ball technique to first to identify quite challenging goals, but then when you send them to the team, to particular team to deal, you expect a good reasoning after they do the A3 exercise, whether they can confirm the goal or can come up with a counter offer, again based on their research, their analysis, and their countermeasures developed. So all discussion about goal setting became much more transparent and having the same ground. So I would not go to particular lines here, but it's you see this a lot of interaction between sales and production, and between the production, all in one system, in one concept. Step number 5. Here once we have this kind of structure, now the task was to monitor, to follow this KPIs and the follow the whole process of implementation, our operational performance. We have the system on a high level, board level. We weekly checked our methodology and adjusted it because it was new for us, and we learned by doing that. So, and also we monitored monthly all our financial results. On operational level, we conducted regular kata sessions, both for kata improvement and kata coaching, and of course weekly KPIs for our weekly performance. And last, on the team level, it was a problem-solving discussion and like daily shop floor management and other meetings. So then, the more we learned to live with a Hoshin as a systematic, as a consistent way of running the company, the more we had to adjust other elements of our management system to Hoshin Kanri concept. So for budgeting, we discovered that it is much easier to do your budgeting process if you prior to that have a Hoshin Kanri discussion about next 12 months period with setting targets, pre-modeling your future budget, challenging and understanding for each department, for each function, their budgets, how much they link and support our Hoshin targets, and finally to have your budget already virtually almost prepared, because all discussions were done smoothly in a good several interactions and very transparent and efficient. Another example of our management system adjustment or development is the way how we changed approach to run our top projects. We have a system for top 10 projects, and we believe they are most influential, they're most critical to our strategic development. And we've reviewed them and found them very similar to what we have in our top Hoshin Kanri A3 format. So we just rearranged them and we integrated them in the Hoshin Kanri system. Some of them were linked to more long-term perspective KPIs as a strategy. And here you see example how we integrated Hoshin Kanri tool system together with our strategy development. The first maybe findings for us, for me personally, during this year, is the way that strategy itself, it should be something constantly alive. It's not a written book or 100 pages presentation. It's a running exercise all your way down your company development. So that's why, based on evolutionary path, we developed a number of strategic KPIs and we applied to them exactly the same approach. Again, A3 methodology and PDCA cycle. And we don't worry, we don't much concern. We are not much concerned when we don't have clear structure of our each KPI for running from all 7 steps of A3. We start with a particular obstacles we found necessary to solve and run that cycle for to solving that particular obstacle on our way to develop that particular strategic KPI. And the second step is to link all our strategic KPIs with the Hoshin Kanri KPIs. So all of them should be coordinated. If you have something which you don't know how to link, then you have good chances to good reason to ask yourself, did I do my my analysis properly? Should we revisit that and check ourselves? Maybe that particular KPI on a Hoshin country level, if it doesn't support your high level, strategic level target, something wrong with that. It's a good moment to review it and find answers to these questions. So then, to summarize my presentation, what we especially liked about Hoshin country. So we all do all our efforts, all our movements are based on common goals. Very transparent, very dynamic, very live, as I said already. So we have a better discussion, more reasonable, and with a better reasoning based on our scientific approach. We all things as a step 2 of any A3 format is to divide your problem and analyze, and what you learn from that. So much better communication. We don't argue much between different departments, between different functions, because now we have much more in common. We should, so this structure facilitate our way to find agreements. And of course, people development, because any kata, it's not only about problem solving, and it's about way how to learn people to problem solving. So issues, of course, we were a lot of things, because we are just doing this the first time, the first year. So, and of course, all this concept requires a lot of discipline, starting from me, from CEO of the company, and of course, all the way down. But you need to start from yourself, for sure. And of course, it is challenge. You need to change your approach. So now you should believe in that and be ready to invest your time and effort in bringing your company to the higher lean standards through the Hoshin country. And of course, we read books. Here we see some of them. We like them. And this is, of course, Managing to Learn by John Shook. It's Toyota Way by Jeffrey Liker. And 2 very good, very practical books from Mike Roth, the Toyota Kata and Toyota Kata Practice Guide. Of course, we, as mentioned, we apply a lot of discipline and regular practice as of almost every day with the kata sessions. We develop everything in our company now based on A3 culture, or at least we try to do it more and more. And patience and inspirations. You need to make this transformation in a positive way. Keep your team with the energy and with a positive inspiration. So, and of course, I would like to say special thanks to the constant support we received and we keep receiving from Lean Institute of Ukraine, and specifically from Sergei Kambiryanov for this support, daily support on our way to Hoshin country. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuri. Thank you for your kind words to the Lean Institute and to me personally. Thank you for this great presentation. And I would like to start with a question from Giuseppe. He asked about the X matrix, that he noticed that we don't use it, and probably I will answer this question because I was the initiator not to use X matrix in this particular situation. The answer is simple, actually. We need to use any tool only if we see the problem that we can cover with this tool. At this point of our Hoshin country development in the company, we did not need the X matrix. We used the simple A3 format for the analysis. X matrix helped in different way with the coordination of the resources and all the projects that we have. At this point, actually, we decided not to use it, and frankly speaking, not so many companies that have projects with Lean Global Network use this tool. We are not opposite it, but we are do not use it really often. I also want to ask Yuri, what is the biggest obstacle right now, and what will be the next step with the Hoshin for you and your company?
Actually, I believe now the most critical thing, once we went through the, quite a important period of implementation, just to keep it running in the cycles. So we now almost finalized our budget for 2022, and I expect in the next quarter, first quarter 2022, to have another cycle of PDCA cycle of Hoshin, to adjust already some elements of our budget, our let's say operational tactics, to the changing environment, to the new opportunities and challenges we would definitely see on the market, on the environment around us. So it would be challenge to implement again and keep all of our management, all our team motivated, improving, adjusting, applying rigidly in some way this system to the running, as an element of management system. I believe this is the main challenge.
Super. And what about leadership? Do you think it would be possible to do such Hoshin in the company without your personal involvement? This is the widely asked question. After this journey that you have had, what do you think? Is it possible just to nominate somebody to do Hoshin in the company without the involvement of direct and this huge involvement, I would say, that you have in this Hoshin country process?
I know the answer. Of course, the answer is not possible, but the answer is it's my experience, and I did already several projects. I tried several times to change the company, transform the company in a way to be more efficient, more lean, more effective. And usually in the previous, I did exactly what you mentioned. So we appointed a key person in a team, in a top team, and delegated to that person main activities, main power to change. And you can make a progress, but that progress would be limited in terms of the depth and the scope, and would not last long enough. It would not last, because as soon as you refocus your activities, you would then have a setback immediately. So the task is to make it your regular way to manage the company, not something in addition, not something just you should incorporate it, and with all your effort, with all your pros and cons, rearrange all your meetings within your management structure having them in a new way, in a new, let's say, style, if you wish.
Super. And what about the daily management? Do you see this impact of Hoshin country on the daily management right now in the company? Do people always keep in mind our strategy, Hoshin country, how it's going in the company, or those objects are like separated right now? What is your position in this regard?
Of course, I cannot say that all people always already follow this new approach. But when we miss something, when we skip or just compromise some tools which we already introduced, we realize that, we ask ourselves what happened, what we did, why we did that, why we changed that, why we just ignore the something we agreed, and then we just come back. We come again. We say, okay, we make mistakes. We some kind of, but as long as you believe and your team believes that this is our target, this is our vision to implement that, then you do it more and more regularly, and you become already like like it becomes your not just a routine, but also a fun, because you enjoy doing that. And just one example, every week we have a management team meeting, management board meeting. So, and we have 30 minutes to review our Hoshin targets. And it's not just something repetition. So every week you have some news about Hoshin target, about Hoshin development. Because again, it's not something written, printed, and put on the wall. It's a real way how we see our company today, exactly today. Tomorrow it will be different. It will be some changes for sure.
Super. And the last questions, we have a couple of minutes. I just noticed that in your presentation, actually I saw it before, but I never even thought about this, but you don't mention the economical benefits, money. But I know that you have a huge impact of A3s in problem solving, in the quality, and others that had this impact. But somehow you are not pointing on this thing. For me, it's cool because you see more high level, more important as for me. But is it okay for you that, or how it happened, that you are seeing more high level benefits, not just money everywhere?
Maybe because of my experience, the more we work together with my team, the more we understand that our long-term perspective to change, to develop the company, to develop the city where we live, and to bring more prosperity to the country. And money, it's an element, it's a tool, but not it's a final target. Maybe it's a beauty of private company. So we don't have much public investors, and they who would push us too much, specifically to be more, money-driven company. But at the same time, we understand that we need to make money. It's important, and of course, problem solving, as a constant way of thinking, continuous improvement. It's a great opportunity to reduce many things where we waste, we lose, and every day might be more efficient for us. And of course, at the end of the day, it brings us also savings, and of course, we can then surely monetize them and reinvest.
Super, super. Thank you very much. We are just on time, finished our presentation. Thank you, Yuri, for your openness with this presentation. Thank you, guys who are with us right now listening, and for those who will see us on replay, guys from USA who are sleeping right now. Thank you very much, and see you in the next meetings. I hope Lean Global Connections will be a regular event, and we will see you again and again. Thank you. Bye bye to everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your interest. Yeah.